third. Here's the replay, turn 1.
So I'd say what's happening here, Aaron, that he probably doesn't have any front brake. So you can see the rears were locked all the way in, and when you have front brake fade, it causes the rear to grab all the time or inconsistently like that. So, you know, that's a pretty big call for Steve to stay out there, to be honest, if he's really struggling to have any front brakes at all by the look of it. And it's something that can happen with heat dissipation, but it could be a fluid problem or a master cylinder, who knows, but really struggling to have any brakes on that car at all. So it's just a matter of survival for him to try and get some points.
Can't think of anywhere worse than having brake problems.
Look at all these different camera angles. This is fantastic. So you'll see the gear lever on the left there, full throttle upshift. So it has a shift cut, just pull the gears through. That's 5th gear there, up over the crest where it'll get it a little bit light, and then back 2 gears here for turn 2. Lock there, so he's still, whoa, and again over the curve there, so he's still fairly busy, he's trying hard.
I just spoke with Dean Lilly, the team manager for Steve Owen, and he said it definitely is the no front brake issue. Steve is struggling. He said they actually had the same problem in yesterday's race. Not as bad though, they've changed everything overnight, but the problem has reoccurred, so they're here scratching their heads, hoping Steve can hang on for 3 more laps.
Well, Brian, he's doing 2 minutes 30.2 last time around. He's in 16th place, and if he can stay there at least, he'll still earn 195 points for the weekend, and Nick Perkett, where he runs, is 231, so he just needs to get it home. Being a retirement will be an absolute disaster.
That's big to go around Bathurst with hardly any front brakes. Let's have a look down here. Nearly 290 kilometres an hour.
Short shift on the exit of the chase there to minimise the wheel spin. 4th gear under the bridge. Not quite to 5th. And then hard under brakes for the final turn.
There's a lot of correction going on that lap, a lot of that opposite lock, quick correction on the corner exit, so certainly the car is oversteering a fair bit for him. A 2:10.7, in fact a 10.7 for the first 3, and Nick Perk had a 10.8. So they're all lapping very similar place. As you can see, this race has settled down. But has Moffat completely lost all opportunity to get on the back of Paul Morris? Still a couple of laps left.
I think they've lost the opportunity to go with this guy, the Jayco Falcon. David Russell flying an ex-Mark Winterbottom FPR car that was driven last year by Brad Lowe. This team won the championship with Jonathan Webb last year, and it's been a real tough year for David and this team. They were expected to be one of the front runners. Finished 3rd in the championship last year, and another team, Howard Racing. He's 4th coming into this weekend. Just hasn't quite gelled, but it's been coming good at the right end of the season with a win in Townsville, very strong here, and it builds that confidence for tomorrow's big race.
No doubt about it. It's all about miles around here. That's for sure. I mean, it's a big ask to jump in a front-running car, which he is with DJR, but David's had a lot of experience now, close to between 6 or even 7 seasons. I think he's sort of been in and out of the Fujitsu series.
He's done a lot of stuff. He was in the series in the early 2000s, and spent a bit of time in Carrera Cup, and he's still pushing. He's not going to cruise
that lock up there.
I think that tyre felt it too.
But look, you're right, Aaron. It's valuable miles for James. Paul Morris doesn't need the miles. He's just out having a bit of fun. But David Russell, this will give him so much confidence. He's got the warm-up in the morning before the race, and then jump in the 1,000.
Give us a quick snapshot on how things are at the Toll Holden Racing team, Garth. Obviously, the shootout in car 2 today. What are we expecting?
Well, the car felt very good this morning. I've driven the car on full tanks, you know, race tyres, and the balance has just got a little bit better each day. We're still chasing a bit of outright pace, but for the HRT fans out there, I think Garth will put on a pretty good show this Arvo.
David Russell's been putting on a show too. He will go by and start the final lap here in the Fujitsu V8 Supercar Series. His margin is 4 seconds back to Paul Morris, so he's got to the lead, he's passed Morris, he's controlled the race, and he's on his way home. But Moffat, that time around, 2:10.79. Morris, 2:11.49. He's got a sniff.
That was it. That was the radio chat. 0.7 of a second he closed in. So whether he's made another adjustment in the car and just sort of driven the car straight for a couple of laps to try and get those Dunlop control tyres to recover a little bit, which they can do sometimes if you just be kind to them for a couple of laps, and he might have enough to try and have a lunge here on the last lap.
We talk so much about tyre strategy in the main game, but in the Fujitsu series they've got 2 sets of new tyres to play with from qualifying in the 2 races. A lot of the teams ran qualifying in race 1 on 1 set and then saved up the 2nd set for this one. There's Terry Morris, Paul's dad. He's quite happy to see how this is all going. He's on target for a podium. He's done a couple of rounds of the Fujitsu series this year. Last year, he roughed up a few of the youngster drivers, but he's been a bit more measured this year.
Well, he might get roughed up here because Moffat's chasing hard, and there's still a couple of overtaking opportunities. One is down into Forest Elbow.
And the thing is, too, on Conrad, the BF Falcon, the older car, is a little bit smaller in its frontal area. It cuts the air down Conrad a little bit straighter. The VE is a bit wider. He is still a shot. A good run off the elbow here. He's all over him down into the elbow. He won't get sucked into taking this move, but Morris goes defensive. Now, Moffat needs to get on the throttle and get the power. Morris with a problem, pulling off to the side. Moffat through to 2nd.
No.
And there's drama for the dude. The love is gone.
Well, it looked like he tried to block the inside. I wonder if he's got a flat tyre, or it's hard to hear on the audio whether it's an engine problem.
He's coasting down Conrad.
Sounds like he's actually shutting the engine off, so perhaps some sort of engine drama, but he lost a heap of time on that last lap, but not so much for this guy. Well done, Dave Russell. The 2 out of 2.
Oh, the clean sweep. What a way. David Russell has dominated the mountain. He takes round 5 of the Fujitsu V8 Supercar Series.
Great job.
2nd for James Moffat.
Fantastic. Big effort to fix the car, and mate, awesome job.
And David Russell referring to that car was crashed on Thursday in practice. They put in a wonderful effort to get it back on the road. Chaz Mostert in 4th place for the race. And he should grab 4th for the weekend. That is stunning.
Well, we've got to see where Morris comes around, because he's tied on points for 3rd for the round with Nick Percat. And unfortunately, Blanchard up to 5th, so Nick Percat moves onto the podium for the weekend.
And Morris is at the chase. He's just trying to limp to the line to get something. A podium finish is gone.
I wonder, Aaron, whether he's run out of fuel, whether they ran a very light fuel load and that car stopped. So I just wonder whether they've just gone a lap short and the car's out of fuel, which would be very embarrassing for Paul.
So David Russell takes race 2 and the round. Moffat 2nd in the race and for the round. And Nick Percat will round out the podium. Jeff Emery, great drive in 6th. Marcus Sukanovic 9th. And Aaron Russell rounds out the top 10. When we come back, we'll go to the podium.
Yes, it is Fujitsu V8 Supercars podium time, and making the presentation for us on behalf of Fujitsu General, Mr. Sona Omak, the New South Wales State Manager for Fujitsu General. In 3rd place, picking up the trophy, Nick Percat. Nick, congratulations. The pressure was on. It was great racing.
Yeah, the pressure was on with Moffat at the start, and then just tried to conserve the tyres, and just had a bit of a brake issue towards the end, so I just had to drop off. And then thanks, Paul Morris. I'm not sure what happened, but thank you.
Good on you, Nick. Hop on up and enjoy it. In 2nd place, James Moffat. James, congratulations. This has been a pretty busy weekend, but that's a nice one to take away.
Yeah, look, it is, Barrett. It's been a pretty tough weekend. We haven't had the speed we wanted, but for Norton 360, Toshiba, Boylan Traffic Solutions, Doric, everybody else that's helped me out, FPR, hopefully this is the first of another podium tomorrow night.
Well done, James. Hope to see you back here tomorrow night. And picking up the 1st place trophy, ladies and gentlemen, David Russell. David, congratulations. That's been a pretty wild weekend. That's a satisfying result.
Yeah, well, after the hiccup we had in Thursday practice, big thanks to the boys. The MW Motorsport boys did a fantastic job to get the car fixed on Thursday. Thanks to the TAFE guys. But to bounce back, get pole position and 2 race wins, I'm certainly pumped, and it's great for our sponsors, great for Jayco, Hydralink, Texon Site and Palm Trans. It's fantastic. So couldn't be happy with this round.
Good on you, David. Well done. Congratulations. Jump up and enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, your Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000 Fujitsu V8 Supercar Series winners.
Great job, David Russell's first round win of the season. Tom Williams, though, has still been out and about here at Mount Panorama.